They are questionable against the Texans, and Steelers are listing quarterback Russell Wilson as questionable. Mike Tomlin added that the chances of starting are less than questionable.
It's time. You know what time it is? Time. The game for Tuscaloosa's longest-running sports show.
The biggest goal of our team,
especially in the first half,
we at Bama, we're trying to be the best. Always is to win a national championship.
Something cool to look back on.
We don't want to waste the failure.
You're inside the game.
John Mechie on the ground.
Appreciate your interest in the game.
On your home for Alabama sports.
And Alabama wins.
Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app. Powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota. And now, here's your award-winning host, Ryan Fowler.
And a big good afternoon to you. Welcome into the game. T-Town Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports. Remember to download the Tide 100.9 app. It is a free download, Android, iPhone, Google Play. Listen to all of our shows. Morning 6 a.m. with Martin Houston, Wimp and Barry inside the locker room, 7 until 9. Gary Harris, WVUA Sports Director, and our very own from Tide 100.9 from 9 until 11. 11 until noon, T-Town Sports Daily with Wyatt Fulton, our digital editor, program director, and also the Miller's Edge from 12 until 2. And then we pick it up every day starting at 2 o'clock. We'll get you all the way until 6 o'clock. And we're going to talk a lot of Alabama Crimson Tide football. It is a Brian Harden Construction SEC Parlay Pick Day. Today we're going to do our Parlay Picks. We're going to run into this, and we're going to talk about, looking back. Texas was a big pick, very popular pick, but some of you guys, and I love it. I absolutely love it, Jackson, that Auburn cost some of these people actual hitting 3-team parlay. That's what happens, man. You know, you go to bed with dogs, you wake up with fleas. You know that? You go to bed with dogs, you wake up with fleas. So, some of you guys took the Auburn Tigers, and today we're gonna serve you some crow. If you guys will, we've been cooking it all day. It's been dry, but some of you guys took the Auburn Tigers instead of California, and you're gonna pay the price. You're gonna pay the price today. Some of you guys even took Tennessee. They had a win, right? But hey, you took the Auburn Tigers and Tennessee. So some of you guys, like, I hate Bama brackets or something. I don't know. But and Bama not covering really made it very difficult. But we did have a winner. We did have a winner, and we'll announce that winner when that particular person calls in. So we'll do our Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction, ASME certification, I-beam installation, fabrication. If you're building from the ground up, let's build something together. And I also want to remind you, it is the Tuscaloosa Toyota Classic happening right now. I know we've had some very rainy weather, but hopefully it'll dry out enough where these ladies can get the LPGA qualifier event happening at Old Colony. It is the Tuscaloosa Toyota, third annual Tuscaloosa Toyota Classic happening at Old Colony. Official round today, tomorrow, and Sunday, the LPGA qualifier. So we're going to remind you about that all weekend. If you want to go out and enjoy that event, maybe a little bit after Alabama football or before, it'll be Old Colony. You never know. You might cultivate a future golfer going out and watch these ladies. Pretty incredible. Yesterday, had lunch with one of the ladies, went out with a friend of mine, and he is one of the hosts for some of these ladies that, they bring them. This is not the LPGA Tour. This is a qualifier event. These ladies are professionals, but they're trying to earn their tour card, and went out to lunch yesterday and met a super, super nice lady that was staying with one of the host families that we went to lunch, and she was telling me about the event, so the LPGA qualifier. So enjoyed meeting Brittany, and now I have a rooting interest. So the LPGA qualifier, and she was telling me that she went to Portland State. And so she's a collegiate golfer, but she's from Hawaii, and she's now playing on this qualifier, the Epson Tour, to try to get her tour card. So happening the Tuscaloosa Toyota Golf Classic. So today we're going to do our Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction, ASME certification, I-beam installation, fabrication. If you're building from the ground up, let's build something together. We're always powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota. We're going to go to Brent Beard right here, Jacksonville, Florida, First Coast News, ABC, NBC News affiliate. Brent Beard, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome into the game in Tuscaloosa.
It has rained 10 straight days here, so anything that you can say about rain, we understand that really well. But we have college football on the horizon, and we've got a top 25 game tonight, which is unusual to have one of those. But we've only got two top 25 teams or top 25 games going on at this point too. So Arizona, Kansas State tonight, 7:00. That should be fun. That should be a good one to watch, and we're looking forward to SEC action tomorrow.
Yeah, and I want to go back from your perspective because you live in this state. South Florida had a really good showing. This is twice that they've, got Alabama and really made it a difficult game. The score, if you just looked at the score, you're like, okay, 42-16, no big deal. Alabama took care of business, but it was a very sloppy game. But let's go back because you love to analyze college football the way that we do. Certainly, we talk a lot of Alabama. We'll talk Alabama, Wisconsin. But go back to South Florida. Your big takeaway from that game.
Well, the Alabama certainly came close to beating themselves with all the penalties and also with the fumbles. I would be curious, Ryan, and I'm guessing somebody's probably done this, but Alabama seems to have, for whatever reason, have a problem with the second game of the year. I would be interested if someone, and you may have done this, have kind of measured what they've done at that time, how often they have struggled the second game of the year. But look, I give South Florida some credit. They've got a pretty good quarterback, Naquan Wright, the running back, comes from Florida. So they've got their share of transfers. I think we've talked about this before, but if we haven't, someone new listening, when FSU and Clemson get out of the ACC, one of the teams that the ACC might very well be looking at, we hear, would be South Florida. Other one would be Memphis, who very well may beat FSU tomorrow. So, but frankly, I give Golesh a lot of credit. He's done a pretty good job with that program. He'll get another job pretty soon. But I know this is something that people haven't thought about much, Ryan, but could you see a South Florida being in a bigger conference such as an ACC and doing okay there?
Yeah, I mean, you look at South Florida and you think about two programs in that state. I mean, there's enough talent in that state to supply a lot of colleges. I mean, it's one of the talent-rich states.
Yes, there is.
There. So you look at South Florida, you have to start there. They have the base. It's almost like you see some of these smaller teams out in Texas doing very good, like Texas State, Texas, San Antonio, little small schools because there's so much talent. And especially with the transfer portal, you can go and supplement your roster there.
Well, and see, for a school like that, I mean, if you're, and it may take a while, but it's certainly more logical as far as the geography is concerned compared to bringing in Cal and Stanford but Cal certainly made its mark last week at Auburn. So I agree. Their facilities are better. So they made some improvements, and I believe Bama has one more game with them. I think they've got a 2-for-1, if I remember that right.
2026. I've offered to start a GoFundMe account to buy them out.
Yes.
To buy them out because this is not one of those automatically Freemans. And I'm just joking. I mean, we're not scared of South Florida, but at the end of the day, I did tell the athletic director, he was walking through, and I said, hey, man, congrats. Your football team really played good. He said, yeah, we're very proud of them. I said, just 2 years in a row. I said, what would it take for you guys to get out? And it just aggravated. He was real nice, super nice. And he goes, hey, we just hope that we can keep enough money around here to keep our coach because we think we've got a really good one. And they do. They do.
No doubt.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Alabama goes on the road. This is a big spread. I just checked it a couple of minutes ago because everybody's on the phones ready to do our parlay pick contest. And this line's up to 16.5. Wisconsin on the road. Alabama about to leave Tuscaloosa within the next 45 minutes and head to Madison, Wisconsin and take on the Badgers.
Well, Alabama plays a clean game. I think that line is just about right, or maybe even more than that. Look, we had Tyler Van Dyke down here at Miami. Tyler Van Dyke was benched when Miami lost to Middle Tennessee. So he was very inconsistent when he was at Miami. And I don't think he's going to be much better at Wisconsin. I mean, he's completing 60% of his passes, 406 yards. But again, that's just starting early. So they've got a good offensive line. I'm not sure it's as good as it has been. Jack Nelson, Joe Bruner, Joe Huber, some of the guys on the line. So, and it'll be noisy, and it'll be a nice test for Alabama. But Ryan, the realism here is, and I like Luke Fickell as a head coach. Bama's got a much better roster than Wisconsin. I'm not saying that Wisconsin is an awful team, but when you compare these two teams and what they've got, Alabama, again, if they can curtail the mistakes, this game could be comfortable toward the end of the third and into the fourth quarter.
Brad, I want to take it. We were doing this yesterday, and you never try to convince Alabama fans to take losses. But we did a thing, and this came from Rodney Orr, a friend of our program, and certainly a friend of a lot of people as far as doing radio and doing a great job. But we came up with a comment and said 10-2. Would you take 10-2 right now? If I offered you 10-2, now knowing what you've seen 2 games into the season, if you're from an Alabama perspective, should Alabama fans take 10-2? I offered it to them and said, you don't have to play anything else. You're 10-2. You're 10-2 and a playoff berth. Would you take that from an Alabama perspective?
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt, because and what you said was it would be a playoff berth, and that's the thing that would matter. Look, if you're 10-2, depending on who you lose to, I mean, there may be a way that they would be in the SEC championship game too. So, look, 2 losses. You learn from those. I mean, that could be on the road to Tennessee, could be home to Georgia, or to LSU. We don't know. But see, that is truly the great thing about this new system is you're not holding your breath on every play and on every game. And the other thing that Alabama will be given credit for will be the schedule they played. They'll be given credit for going on the road to play Wisconsin. And obviously having Georgia on the schedule will help them tremendously too. So, and some might disagree, and that's okay. But look, again, the mantra from here on out is all that matters is you get in the playoffs and you go from there.
Brent, I want to go through some SEC games. LSU going to be hosting, going to South Carolina. This is a team last week that had a big spread against Nicholls State. They did not cover that spread. They allowed a lot of points. South Carolina coming off a very impressive victory in the Bluegrass State against Kentucky. When you look at this, this is another game that probably Alabama fans will not be watching because it's on the same time. It's just on a different network. Alabama's on Fox, by the way, for Alabama fans. Alabama never plays on Fox, but they will be tomorrow. So you be ready for that at 11 o'clock. But ABC is where the South Carolina and LSU game. Your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, and this is game day is going to be in South Carolina. That boggles your mind, frankly. I thought they might be at the Missouri-Boston College game, which is another game between 2 ranked teams. South Carolina played very well against Kentucky. Their defense, frankly, is legit, and they're impressive with what they have done defensively. Now, their offense frankly, is awful. Lenore Sellers is still trying to find himself. Frankly, South Carolina's biggest weapons, Rocket Sanders, who came over from Arkansas. And again, South Carolina's got a guy, Nick Harbor, who is a 6'5" wide receiver, who's very good, who really hadn't done anything at all. LSU lost their defensive tackle, Jacobian Guillory, for the year, which is unfortunate. Garrett Nussmeier, I think, is playing well so far. But again, and as you and I talk about a lot, when you compare rosters, there's no comparison. LSU's roster is significantly better than South Carolina's.
You know, I know we slammed Boston College and Bill O'Brien for all those years that we did, and I don't know, you could say, you know, with taking Bryce Young and not being able to win a national title, but either way, he's got them in the top 25. They go to Missouri. That's the next game that we'll talk about. When you look at the Missouri Tigers, going to be hosting Boston College. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Missouri is playing well. They haven't given up any points. So, I mean, frankly, Blake Baker, their defensive coordinator, went to LSU, and they may be playing better on defense, but look, it's early, and they really haven't played anybody so far. So that's another thing. But Brady Cook comes back for Missouri. Now, what we don't quite know is Luther Burden became ill in the game last week, and they took him out, and we think he's going to play. Then that's going to be huge for them if he does. Theo Weiss is a guy who kind of took up the slack for Burden. Those are two really good wide receivers. And I look, what Bill O'Brien has done, and it won't be flashy. They're averaging 280 yards rushing, which is a mouthful. They've got a good quarterback. So all in all, I think Missouri wins the game. But if Boston College controls the line of scrimmage, they have got a chance. And this is a perfect situation, isn't it, Ryan? O'Brien can kind of hide up in Boston College, play it close to the vest, get a big offensive line, run the ball, and he could win, 7 or 8 games a year maybe in the ACC.
Yeah, I think you're right. When you look at Boston, I mean, Bill O'Brien is a good coach. I don't know if he's a great coach, but like you said, Boston College is a pretty good place.
I agree.
I want to talk about one more game. Billy Napier, 1-1, 0 first game in the SEC. Texas A&M goes there, but they go there as a favorite. Texas A&M 1-1, and that Notre Dame loss doesn't seem as good as maybe it did, this time last week. Texas A&M minus the 4 down in the Swamp.
I can't tell you how big a game this is for Billy Napier. He really needs to win this game. My concern for Florida would be to win a close game tomorrow, and then go to Mississippi State next week and lay an egg or something of that nature. Let me give you a stat that's hard to believe. Texas A&M has lost 10 straight games on the road.
Ooh.
With that program, can you believe that, Ryan?
That's crazy. That is wild.
It is. It really is. And with that front line that we thought would be tremendous, and they've got some good players on that. The Skirton kid coming from Purdue is one of the better ones. But right now, A&M ranks last in college football in sacks. They have 1. So that's 2 incredible stats of their road record in the last 10 games, and having only 1 sack with as good as that defensive line is. And look, DJ Lagway, the backup quarterback at Florida, I think is going to be a really much of a star at some point. But again, for both these coaches, this is a humongous game.
Another day and another player in trouble in Georgia. Brent Beard, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm lost to words.
I know. I agree.
I mean, when you look at it, it just seems to be a ongoing problem, and it doesn't seem to one that, it's grabbing any attention inside that locker room. Your thoughts?
Here's a reality for this. They've trained these guys. They've educated these guys. I think they've taught these guys until they're blue in the face.
I'd fire the teacher.
But Ryan, yeah. But the reality of it is they're not listening, are they? And until they can get them to listen and get their attention, and frankly, in this day and age in college football, the only way that you're going to do that is to suspend guys like this for multiple games, and that might get some people's attention if that happens. But I'm with you when I saw it a few minutes ago, and I mean, this happened, early this morning. You're 2 days away from game day, and I know they're playing an inferior opponent, but that really shows you their lack of focus at this point. So, I mean, people are just kind of throwing up their hands, wondering what really has to happen from this coaching staff in this administration to get these kids' attention. And see, the problem is, if this continues, this is going above Kirby, and it's going to the administration, and that's one place you don't want it to go.
And that will be the topic of conversation. 106 miles per hour for Daniel Harris, multiple reckless driving violations among other charges. And I saw that several reporters talking about that. And it just seems to be a ongoing problem over in Athens, Georgia. Brent Beard, you can find him at First Coast News. You can find him at Second Helping, where you get your podcast with him and Travis Reier. You can find him on the television. You can find him on great radio stations like this one. He's a Heisman voter, and he's a college football analyst, so we always love to pick his brain each and every Friday. Hey, Brent Beard, I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy it. I guess Alabama's the big game, 11 o'clock. I guess it's the biggest one as far as –
That's right.
I mean, it's the big one. So, Brent Beard, I appreciate you, man. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, brother. Take care.
Thank you. Brent Beard, always fun to be a visit with him. We are powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota. We're going to do our SEC Parlay Pick Contest, the Tuscaloosa Toyota Golf Classic happening at LPGA Qualifier at Old Colony throughout the weekend. Go out and support these young ladies if they've come to our community. And remember the first time we did this, now the third annual, and it's getting bigger and better each and every time. So we'll continue with more. We're going to take your phone calls right here on the game. I'll run through those parlay picks, and then we'll get a tiebreaker coming up in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to be nice. This is the only time I'm going to be nice today. I just saw the line. It's been adjusted. I'm looking at different books. I'm looking at 10 different sports books right now in Vegas. Some of them have it at 16. Some of them have it at 16.5. I do see 15.5 at one place. I'm going to make it at 16. So I'm going to cut the half off. Okay. We're going to do it straight up. So, 16, not straight up, but 16. So we won't do the half on the SEC Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction. Hey, Cole, you're going to be the first caller out of the gate. So get a tiebreaker ready. I'm coming to you in just a couple of seconds here. SEC Parlay Pick Day. We'll start with Alabama, 11 a.m. That's going to be a Fox game, so make sure you know how to get that for all of you folks that have canceled DirecTV. I'm talking to myself. Yes, I've been coached up. Hanging out with young people helps. They've guided me around YouTube TV. That's my new TV provider, DirecTV. Get out of here. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you guys. I'm mad at you guys. Been DirecTV customer a long time. No longer. Had to cut it off because no more ESPN. But now I have Fox, and get it out of here. Get it out of here. Get it out. But I will say, I mean, I'm learning. First couple of days, I was ready to go back to DirecTV, man. No surfing and making, I mean, all this. I mean, it was just, no, it was aggravating. Bama, Wisconsin. We're going to play this at 16. Bama minus the 16, 49.5 is the game total. LSU going to Williams-Brice Stadium. They'll go there as a favorite. LSU minus 6.5. Mizzou going to be hosting Boston College. Bill O'Brien, 11:45. That's an SEC Network game. Mizzou minus the 14.5. Texas A&M at Florida. Texas A&M minus the 4. Texas A&M minus the 4. Oklahoma minus the 13. Tulane's going to Oklahoma. Oklahoma couldn't cover the spread last week against Houston. We'll see if they can get it done here. Oklahoma minus the 13. That is a 2:30 ESPN game. Tulane going to Oklahoma. UAB, we always call it free UAB because it's always been free. UAB at Arkansas. Arkansas minus the 23. That's a 3:15 SEC Network game. Ole Miss going to Wake Forest. They'll go there as a favorite. Ole Miss minus the 20.5 there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Ole Miss 2-0. Wake Forest 1-1. Ole Miss 20.5. Then we'll go University of Texas, San Antonio traveling to Austin, Texas. They'll go there as a huge underdog. Texas minus the 35. Vanderbilt going to Georgia State. That's a weird one. In Atlanta. Vanderbilt minus the 10. Vandy minus the 10. Georgia, Kentucky. Georgia goes back to the Kentucky Bluegrass folks hosted South Carolina. They got beat. Georgia goes to the Bluegrass State. They'll go there as a favorite. That'll be your 6:30 game on ABC tomorrow evening. Georgia minus the 22. Auburn going to be taking on New Mexico. Don't be confused with New Mexico State. New Mexico State beat them last year. New Mexico is the underdog. It is Auburn minus the 27. Mississippi State's going to be hosting Toledo. 6:30 ESPNU game. Mississippi State minus the 10.5. Mississippi State minus the 10.5. Kent State, Nick Saban's alma mater, Tennessee minus the 49. And we're going to play 2 non-conference games. And we like to do this when there's some national games. We're going to take one game that will be airing tonight. It's going to be a Friday night, Arizona at Kansas State. Arizona at Kansas State. Both of these teams undefeated and ranked in the top 20. Kansas State minus the 7. And then we'll go to the Civil War game. Are we allowed to call it the Civil War? I don't know. I don't know. We've done some different things, but I believe it's called the Civil War game over in Corvallis. Oregon State's going to be the host here. Oregon, the favorite. Oregon minus the 16. Oregon minus the 15. Then we'll play the Kansas State game at minus 7. So it'll be only 2 non-conference games that we'll play. And we'll start with Cole, and then we'll break, and we'll come back with more phone calls. Cole in Tuscaloosa, first one out of the gate. Cole, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome into the game in Tuscaloosa.
I'm good. All right, let's go ahead and do Milrose passing yards for 195.
Okay, so you want to go Jalen Milroe passing numbers. So you say this is a game. All right. I like that. And you go in 195. Cole, I'm ready for those 3 picks.
All right, let's do Oklahoma minus the 13.
Okay, Oklahoma minus the 13 against Tulane.
I think Texas covers.
Texas covers.
And give me South Carolina. I think they cover too.
Ooh,
I think they win.
Here, everybody's making a believer out of South Carolina.
Well, they got the home field advantage, like Coach Berry said this morning. So I'll stick to it.
Now,
Why
Cole,
not?
I know you're a big Alabama fan. I noticed that you avoided the Tide. You a little nervous?
No. Well, the good news is with it, I think we're going to win. I think we're going to cover. I think we're going to win by 17 points, 38-21. But I just went with Texas and Oklahoma just because they're at home. So I kind of like the home games this week. That's why I went parlay home games. So South Carolina's at home, Texas at home. I feel good about them more, but I think Bama should take care of it. Just to be safe, though, I think the home teams definitely cover, though.
Yeah, and I'll give you credit. I'm trying to get Alabama out of town. There's a news out there that Caden Proctor will start and make his season debut. Now, anything could happen. Pregame warm-ups, we thought. So based on right now, Matt Zenitz is reporting, I'll go ahead and go out on a limb and go ahead and tell you Alabama's on the way to the airport, so hopefully they're not listening via the app. But right tackle is going to be Elijah Pritchett. Elijah Pritchett will get the start a right tackle. So Elijah Pritchett will start at right tackle. Matt Zenitz is reporting Caden Proctor. And I will tell you that Caden Proctor has had a really, really good week and really not as much pain as maybe they thought it would be because this is more of a pain-tolerant situation. Caden's had a really good week. So Matt Zenitz reporting it. I'm just adding a little bit more to it. So Caden Proctor will be able to start at left tackle. According to Matt Zenitz, I'm going to credit him because he's the first one to go out there on the gate. Alex Scarborough, I think, also with this. So Caden Proctor is going to be there. And then Elijah Pritchett will start at right tackle. Elijah Pritchett will get the start at right tackle. And we'll see. We'll see what this offensive line's able to do. I got you, man.
I definitely think they cover. I just went with, like I said, I like the home teams this week, but I think Bama, if they can just fix that line, that should be as good as anybody. So we'll see. I think we cover. I just like the home teams even more this week. That's the only reason.
I got you, Cole. I appreciate you, man.
I did.
Hope you have.
Appreciate you.
Hope you have a great day. Thank you. R&R Cigars, 2703 6th Street, 2703 6th Street, in downtown Tuscaloosa. The Cigar Mansion. Relax and recharge. Relax and recharge. Home theater seating, the big HD TVs, and tomorrow you got the Alabama game. Alabama and Wisconsin. They are also going to have the big pay-per-view UFC fight tomorrow evening. That'll be available at our good friends at R&R Cigars. R&R Cigars. So if you're in town and big UFC audience, you want to make plans to go down to R&R Cigars, save you a little bit of money, and go and enjoy. Relax and recharge. 2703 6th Street, 2703 6th Street in downtown Tuscaloosa. R&R Cigars. R&R Cigars. You don't have to wait till Saturday. You can go and get ready for the weekend because it's going to be a great weekend of college football. The place to do it's R&R Cigars. We'll continue. Big weekend of college football. It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here and football is officially back. You talk about 1 million fans over 33 states have got in the game last year by competing on Underdog. Win up to 1,000 times your money by choosing higher or lower on your favorite players. That's including those Alabama guys that we talk about so often. You could do touchdowns, passing yards. We're doing our tiebreaker today is Jalen Milroe passing numbers. You can go higher or lower, and your chance to go in making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog, simple to use, mobile app, UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with a promo code Fowler, Fowler. Underdog will give you a free pick just to use on your first cash pick'em entry plus $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That is Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Fowler, Fowler, to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 in Alabama, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms do apply. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. That's Underdog Fantasy, the greatest time of the year. It's going to be a big weekend of college football. We're talking about it. We're the flagship home of Alabama Crimson Tide football, and we go to Bubba in Northport. Bubba, good afternoon. You're in the game.
How's it going, Ryan Fowler?
I'm having a great day. A little bit waterlogged, but I'm not complaining because we need the rain, my friend.
We sure did need it. We needed it bad.
I just wish that we could get our green fields in. But we are disc. Up. We've got our ready to go. Bush hogged and disc, and we're ready to go. So, all right, Bubba, here we go.
We're gonna hold on. 36. First of all, can you tell me where I can go get a football roster? Because the ones I pull up online have all the bios and all that. I just want a list with the numbers on it.
No, sure. You can go to rolltide.com, the same one that you're looking at. Just hit printable version. Version. If you'll hit the little printer icon, it'll pull up a printed version. You can print it out. You'll remove the BIOS.
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. It's a little small printer icon. You'll say printable version. It'll pull it up. I do it all the time. I've got several here in the studio that I use the same way.
All right, here I go. I want Texas.
Texas, got it. Pick number 2.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt at Georgia State. They'll go there as a favorite. Vanderbilt minus the 10. Pick number 3.
Let's go Alabama minus the 16.
And how about me being nice and cutting a half off there? How about that? I mean, I'm just a nice guy, right, Bubba?
Yes, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I mean, don't ever say I never gave you anything. I mean, I gave you a half a point. And, all right, Jalen Milroe passing yardage. Where you want to go?
I want to go 237.
Texas, Vanderbilt, Bama, 237. Bubba, I appreciate you, man. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Let's go to Wayne over in Northport. We'll stay in Northport. Wayne, good afternoon, sir. You're in the game.
Good afternoon, Ryan. Sorry I haven't been able to call this week.
We're mad at you.
But how you doing today?
I'm good. Just getting ready for the Tide.
Let me give you my 3 picks first.
Okay.
I'm going to go Florida.
Okay, got it. So you believe in Billy Napier, at least somewhat. Texas A&M minus the 4.
This game because after Notre Dame beat A&M, I thought Notre Dame was a good football team, but then they turn around and lose to Northern Illinois.
Yeah. Well, I think it just kind of explains how much jumbled up mess this is, the game of college football that we love so much.
Yes, it is. Hard to predict the first 3 or 4 weeks.
It is.
But give me Missouri.
Mizzou hosting Boston College. They will as a 14.5 point there. So, all right.
Okay, and give me Alabama.
Bama.
We're going to cover.
Bama minus the 16. Jalen Milroe total passing yards. Wayne, what do you think?
275.
275. Florida, Mizzou, Bama. 275. Wayne, I got you, man. What else is on your mind?
Just one thing.
Okay.
I was a little bit concerned last week about one thing that happened in the game, and it was late in the game. We're up 35-16 with 1:47 left on the clock, and we scored another touchdown. I know we only ran the football, and they couldn't stop us. I realized we didn't throw it, but I would have liked to have seen us just take a knee there for sportsmanship purposes. Just my personal opinion.
Okay.
And, but that's all I'm going to say about that. But,
well, I think really they had played so rough, man. They just wanted to get back on track and get a little bit of momentum. I hear you, but, you know,
well, it's not a conspiracy theory because we didn't cover anyway, so that's not what it was for. So we can rest assured that wasn't going on, I think. But I just would have liked to see us take a knee there.
I gotcha. Well,
we'll see you, buddy.
Hey, thank you, Wayne. We appreciate that. 205-342-9904, 205-342-9904. Let's go to Dale. Dale, you're next up. Good afternoon. You're in the game.
Well, good afternoon, my friend.
Dale, let me look back here. I think you stunk it up last week, brother.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, on your parlay picks, didn't you go 0-3?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
I did.
Why don't you tell the audience who you picked, Dale?
Shoot, I can't even remember, right? I remember I didn't get it, though.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was going to rub you. I thought you had picked Auburn. You did not. You did not. You did not.
Oh, I did pick Auburn.
No, you did. You did. Yeah, you picked Cal, which is, yeah.
That's right.
But Bama got you in Michigan. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Dale, we're having a hard time hearing you, man.
Oh, okay. I'll fix that.
Yeah, that's better. Much better. Much better. All right.
Okay. Well, Ryan, I'm about to go home and take me a crimson shower, man.
A crimson shower? What is a crimson shower? Okay.
You know, try to get this off of me because all day it's just been going through my mind that we're going to lose the game, right?
Now, hold on, Dale. You're not supposed to be nervous on Friday.
I know it, man. I know. You know, let me tell you why. He's retired.
I'm sorry?
NS. We don't have NS no more, and I'm not just until I see
NS.
And this is our first NS. What does NS stand for?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nick Saban, man. Come on,
Dale.
We don't have Nick Saban, and I'm just after. And let me tell you what I did. I went and watched a podcast. You know how I like to watch podcasts, right? Tyler Watts showed a podcast on my YouTube the other day, and I was watching it. He was breaking down the South Florida game. When he showed the mistakes that Alabama had, I just didn't realize it was so many. It just looked so bad, and I'm just thinking, man, we have got to fix that because we're going into a hostile environment, right? Hostile environment.
They've had a great week of practice, I will tell you.
I hope so.
Well, probably,
I hope so.
Probably some of the better ones that we've seen here under Kalen DeBoer. Very dialed in practice. They understand that, you know, you can't do it on your own. And Alabama always, I mean, listen, you and I have been Alabama fans for a long time. They always play one of these games, kind of rough, sloppy, and hopefully this will get back on track, a little confidence boost here.
Well, another thing, I didn't wear my Alabama shirt this morning. That's probably why I have to go home and take a shower and go put on my crimson stuff, and then I'll start feeling better and I'll be confident. You know, on Fridays before the game at the hospital, we can wear our team's colors, our team's jersey or whatever, you know. And you got a lot of Auburn people running around there, other schools from other schools, you know. But anyway, I think that might have had something to do with me feeling this way. And if they lose, it's my fault. So
I got you. Well, we will hold you. We will hold you accountable. I mean, Dale, you're not normally nervous, you know.
Well, I'm telling you, Ryan, all them years that I wasn't nervous, I could always lean on Nick Saban. I just had a feeling that gut feeling was always we're going to win this game. I hadn't quite arrived there yet with the new staff. I love them. I love them more than anything. I think they're great, but I just hadn't seen it yet. And when I see it, when we do it, and we and we start playing better on the road, our road woes, even with Saban, has just been so bad that until I actually see us with a new coach and a new staff and just take somebody by the throat, a good team that people consider pretty good, and this is a pretty good team with a great atmosphere. If we can just grab them by the throat and take a hold of them, I'll feel a whole lot better going into Georgia.
I got you. All right.
We're not going to lose. We'll at least win by a field goal, so I'm going to pick Alabama.
Okay.
On my first parlay.
Okay.
But well, no, I ain't. I'm going to pick Wisconsin because they only going to win by a field goal. Yeah, I'm going to pick Wisconsin.
All right.
So nobody hate me.
All right.
Kelly, if you're listening, my wife, I'm not picking Alabama to lose.
You're just taking
I would
Wisconsin
never do that.
plus the points. All right. Pick
Plus
number
the
2.
points, right. All right. South Carolina.
South Carolina. Everybody's believing in South Carolina. That means Corey has convinced you guys that South Carolina is a big and bad team.
And I'm going with A&M. I think they'll cover over Florida.
All right. Texas A&M. And then we're going Jalen Milroe total passing yardage.
175.
175. Dale, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Roll Tide, brother.
It is a Brian Harden Construction SEC Parlay Pick Day. SEC Parlay Picks presented by Brian Harden Construction. Brian wants me to remind you guys the LPGA qualifier happening at Old Colony throughout the weekend. Go over and support these ladies. The LPGA qualifier happening right here. Free event. Go over and support. And like I said, you never know. You might develop a future golfer. We'll come back. We'll continue with... Kalen DeBoer, Alabama's getting ready to leave here in the next 20 minutes. So Tuscaloosa, if you hear that big, 737, 747, I'm not a big jet guy, but they're going to be leaving ETA, I believe 3:20 is when they're scheduled to take off. So 3:20 is when they're going to be taking off from the Tuscaloosa Airport. It used to be the regional airport, and hopefully we can transition and get some coverage here. But we talk about service to Tuscaloosa, and I think they dropped the word regional. So Tuscaloosa Airport, the Crimson Tide, headed to Wisconsin. They'll go there as a favorite, a 16-point favorite. That game at 11 o'clock. Let's go back to Kalen DeBoer on Wednesday, and then I'm going to tie in some things with Caden Proctor. But Kalen DeBoer talked about on the SEC teleconference. This is how it sounded when he gave us an update on Caden Proctor.
He's been practicing, and he's doing well. He's doing a good job, and really, was headed in a really good direction right at the very end of last week, and turned the corner, I think, there, and is in a good spot here. Done a nice job here in the first 2 days of practice.
And Kalen was very transparent with us on Monday, told us that he thought he would be, I think he said dang close. I think is how he said it. Dang close. Isn't that what he said?
Pretty dang close.
Pretty dang close. Well, you're right, Coach. He is. And Caden's had a really good week of solid practice and really is not as much pain. So that's a good sign. I think this week of extra, giving him one more week has got him in a position that he's ready to go. I think I've already said this a couple times, but I'll say it again. Elijah Pritchett's going to get the start at right tackle. According to the people that I've spoken to, Elijah Pritchett will get the start at right tackle. Elijah Pritchett getting the start at right tackle. I also expect that Wilkin Formby will play. Wilkin Formby we'll get some rotations in at that first tackle on that spot. It kind of almost goes back to the Western Kentucky plan. It's just reversed a little bit. When you look at the offensive line from a Western Kentucky perspective, obviously Caden Proctor at left, but on that right tackle, they were going to put in Wilkin at first, and then about 5-6 drives in, they were going to rotate and kind of let these guys earn it out on the field. Looks like they're going to do that, but it's going to be a little bit of a different reverse. So Elijah Pritchett will get the start at right tackle, and Wilkin Formby, will definitely play. So we'll see. Alabama, we'll see what it looks like. Elijah Pritchett getting this.
Crying, moo-hoo. Well, it must not have affected them, because they've already forgotten about it. They have done it again and again, and somebody's going to do the like. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you, and this is awful what I'm going to say. Some child is going to get killed, or some big wheel in the state legislature of Georgia going to lose a wife or a child to one of these things and get killed. And that when hell is going to break loose. The average person, screw them. Let them run over them.
But here's the thing, though. That they've had so many different situations. They've already had people that have been killed.
Yeah. I'm telling you, tell somebody a big will in state government or national government or something, or somebody who got power and will a heck of a lot of money to the University of Georgia say, you don't get a hold of this crap, I'm cutting y'all off. Not at the kneecaps, at toe level. You won't even be able to walk in shallow water. I'm cutting my funds. And I'm going to tell other people to do the same thing. That's what it's going to take. You hurt them at the pocketbook, all of a sudden they will find Jesus and do right. So, I mean, it's a sad. I pray I am wrong. I pray this don't happen again, but human nature.
All right.
Will get the best in you.
All right, Tommy, we got to go, man. Let's go.
Georgia.
Got it.
Ole Miss. Are you ready for the third?
Yeah, I'm ready. Ole Miss.
I'm gonna take Arkansas. See, I'm gonna make Marty mad. I'm not.
Hey, I thought Arkansas looked respectable.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them. UAB got beat by
Arkansas minus 23. And they're getting this one at Reynolds Razorback Stadium. Calling them pigs. Pig suey, pig suey, pig suey. Jalen Milroe, total passing yards.
211.
211. Georgia, Ole Miss, Arkansas, 211. Tommy, I hope you have a great week, man.
All right. Take care, my friend. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, man. Let's go here to 205-342-9904. Paul, Lincoln. Paul, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well, Paul.
Ryan, let's embrace the suck, everyone.
Yeah.
SAUCK.
And what's their athletic director's name? Cohen?
John Cohen.
He had to reconfirm that Hugh Freeze is the man for the job.
He is the man for the job. Even after everything John Cohen knows that's in Hugh Freeze's closet, because as you know, John Cohen was the athletic director at Mississippi State when the Hugh Freeze shenanigans started over in Oxford. So
was it him or was it Ross Bajorg? Oh, you're saying he was at Mississippi State. Okay, I got you.
He was at Mississippi State. He was
directly involved with him. Great point.
Absolutely was involved. When they sued God, who was the coach at Ole Miss but prior to Freeze?
Houston Nutt.
They sued. They said, no, Hugh Freeze said, no, all this stuff happened under Houston Nutt's watch. Well, if you remember, Houston Nutt and his lawyers sued Ole Miss for defamation of character. And when in the discovery that took place after that lawsuit was filed, that's where the lawyer for Houston Nutt found the butt dials to the 1-800 numbers. You know, that's when he found the butt dials. And that's how all that transpired. So you got to know that John Cohen, the athletic director at Mississippi State, knew and still knows that Hugh Freeze is an absolute scumbag. Yet, he's the face of their program in Lee County now. So, only in America.
Yeah, that would not be good when you look at Hugh Freeze. I'd hate to know I had to give a vote of confidence for Hugh Freeze. I mean, he's one phone call away from going off the end. Look at him. I mean, he looks
look, Ryan,
he looks like a fraud because he is a fraud.
He's a snake oil salesman. That's what he is.
Oh, did I really say that? Hey, I don't think Jackson's ever heard me say that those eyebrows kind of got big. No, I don't mind. I mean, I'd tell him his face. I wouldn't let my son play for him. I don't have a son.
He's a fraud. He's an absolute scumbag. I mean,
I wouldn't want to play for him.
Look what.
Thank you, Jackson.
Look what he did. Look what he tried to pull in Memphis when he was at the high school coach in Memphis with the young lady, with the student. You know, and it's all public knowledge. You know, he's a scumbag. He's an absolute scumbag, and I hope New Mexico it ain't gonna happen, but. I hope New Mexico just drags the burial ground with them. That's what I do. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, I like serving as crow for all these people who took Auburn last week. I mean, I know.
I tell you, there was
a few.
Alabama did me in, but it was Yeah.
Well, now, Paul, I wrote you down as Auburn. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do this to Paul. I can't do this. I mean, I can do it to a lot of people, but let's just go through the people who picked Auburn last week. Robert Mobile.
Well, I know Robert
from Mobile. Cole in Northport, first caller out of the gate. Cole,
yeah.
He's sucking up to them boogers. Joe in Dothan. Yeah, Joe.
Oh, I couldn't believe Joe did that.
Yeah, I mean, Joe. Tony in Tuscaloosa, T-Town Tony. T-Town Tony.
Shame on you, Tony.
Jared in Houston, Texas, sucked up to the boogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of crows.
Kit Kat down in Mobile. She took the.
Kit Kat?
She sure did.
Oh,
she took the bugs.
Oh man.
And I think that's it. That's it. So.
Well, that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize we had some enemies within it, amongst us here. I mean, it's gotta keep an eye on them folks, man. Gotta keep an eye on them.
You got to.
I mean, you never know. They could be flipping to Kamala here. I mean, you make bad choices. It's not like you begin to make other bad choices. So.
One bad choice leads to the next one. You know,
trying to make up for it. Yeah.
I feel pretty confident they'll run. I feel pretty confident. And I don't know I know of these people. I've heard a lot of them certainly on your show. I certainly think that that's one thing we don't have to worry about is them flipping to the politically dark side.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
And by the way,
I think we're safe.
AJ McCarron celebrates a birthday today. So happy birthday, AJ McCarron, here on Friday the 13th. 34 years of age. But AJ had a good conversation. For anybody that missed it, go back and listen to it. It was.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He said. Listen. AJ says what we all.
And I did not. And I mean, listen. I know quarterbacks are held to a different standard, as they should be, especially when you're a multiple national champion winner. I did not. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could come in here and talk politics, and I get negative comments every day. I mean, I could just say I love Joe Biden, and I'd get negative comments. Okay, I do love Joe. Joe's good. But AJ did not get one negative message, not a app message, not a tweet, not a face. Because normally I get hate mail from the Bleeding Hearts. I mean, they.
Yeah.
I did not get one. Did not get one. So either we've run them all off,
Well.
Or I guess they just didn't want to criticize AJ. I don't know, but maybe I'm an easier target.
Well, Tony didn't like it too much.
That's okay. So,
does T-Town, is he still got his normal after 5 o'clock call?
Well, that's why he was mad at AJ, because he got his Wednesday 5 o'clock segment.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we could do it a vote if you guys would want T-Town Tony or AJ at Wednesday at 5. We could. It used to be Coach Stallings' segment Wednesday at 5. So
really, okay.
So now Tony has taken over for probably the last 6-7 years. So, but Tony got his time yesterday, and
well, good. It's always good to hear T-Town Tony. It really is.
Yeah. But I'm kind of worried. I mean, he's not. He lost. He did take up for you on the Embrace the Suck though, because you did not say it yesterday, and he did hit that for you, cleaned it up. Because you were okay, and that was my fault. I think I went to you pretty quick, but
well, I should never start my call off without saying Embrace the Suck, you know, because that's a mantra. That's I don't want to say it's our national anthem, but it's our show anthem. It really is. I've got to start my calls with Embrace the Suck, and T-Town Tony is the one that came up with that phrase. And I'm just carrying the baton.
Yeah, we were going to make T-shirts and banners, and we're going to run an airplane and fly it around the stadium. But
there's still time for that.
It's kind of like
because if Arkansas goes down there next week in Lee County and lays it to them, and then the Sooners go down there in week 5 and lays it on them, there's probably going to be more than airplanes flying around the stadium, I mean, even the poor old War Eagle may be too embarrassed to fly around the stadium pregame, if they limp out of September. So
hold on. Maybe I missed this. Pete Thamel, is this a real Pete Thamel? It is. Pete Thamel is reporting he can confirm that Auburn quarterback Peyton Thorne has lost his starting job. Hank Brown is going to be the guy.
Yep.
Hank Brown.
Well, go, Hank.
Hank Brown. Go, Hank. And then Hank Brown, is he a walk-on?
Redshirt freshman.
Okay. Hank Brown. Well,
Hank, we hope you're a disaster, but
he can't be any worse than Peyton.
No, you're right. I mean, we were hearing about Heisman hopefuls from our Auburn brethren back in the summer. We were, Peyton Thorne had turned the corner.
Yeah,
he was.
Well, he'll probably, just knowing how it goes, he'll probably have a pretty stellar game down there this week, and their hype will start back up, and then Sam Pittman and the Hogs go down there and lay the wood to him, which would be perfect. That would be perfect. But anyway,
Bobby Petrino gets him because Bobby Petrino looks like that offense is a little better shape. He may be able to save Sam Pittman's job. We'll see. All right, Paul, give me 3 picks.
Speaking of Sam Pittman, let's take the Hogs over the UAB Blazers.
Okay, Arkansas got it. Pick number 2.
Give me Kirby and the Convicts over the Wildcats.
Yeah, Bell Bondsman NIL. That's what their new sponsor.
And Ryan, Bama Arkansas'd me last week. I was feeling good with that minus 31, but we all know what happened. But I'm going to the well again, Ryan. Give me Bama and the 16 points.
Bama minus the 16. Jalen Milroe total passing yards against those Wisconsin Badgers.
227.
Paul, I hope you have an awesome weekend, man. Thank you for being a part of our show.
You too, buddy. Roll Tide and roll MAGA.
Right back to you. Thank you. We got those back in order. I think I had teased that DeAndre was first. Quarters for the entire family. Justin, Tony Lima, Red Wing, Georgia, Double H, Timberline, Laredo, and many, many more. Wrangler, Levi, Lee, Carhartt Clothing, Rocky Clothing, Camo Options. Dove season is upon us, and you can find all of that apparel at the Wharf, the Working Western headquarters for the entire family. If you're traveling on McFarland Boulevard westbound, you pass by what was the old Winn-Dixie. You got El Gran, Patreon, great restaurant, one of our great sponsors there. You pass by and you've got the Wharf right on the right-hand side of the road. If you travel to the Blue Plate, you've went too far. Turn around and go back. It is the Working Western headquarters for the entire family since 1976. Go over and see my friends Mark and Lee. Give them a big Roll Tide when you go in there. Roll Tide, Mark and Lee, always doing a great job. Open until 6 p.m. daily. Let's continue. DeAndre, how are you, man? Good to see your name pop up on the screen. All right, no DeAndre going once.
Hey man. Hey man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. We couldn't but a second ago, but we got you now.
Man, look, Curtis AT&T, man.
I've got them, and I know exactly what you're talking about. But I've already put one of their subsidiaries on the road with DirecTV, and I'm not, I have no discount anymore to DirecTV, so I'm close. AT&T don't be messing with me anymore. I mean, I'm like you. There's no excuse for us to have this garbage cell phone company named AT&T in this city, and I'll be broadcasting live Monday from T-Mobile with Ryan Williams and Jalen Milroe, the big remote, 5:30 until 6:30 T-Mobile. You never know, I might just throw on my AT&T phone and sign on up.
Hey, man, they always giving out, the promotions and everything. Hey, they might convince you to come on over. Like you said, I dumped Direct the other day and picked up Dish because, this is the wrong time to be trying to work out contracts. Doing football.
Yeah. And I know, listen, ESPN is kind of a power broker. I don't agree with everything they do either. So, but ESPN did this probably on purpose because they knew that people would complain. But I'm at YouTube TV. I'm learning, DeAndre. I'm not completely happy with him, but it's better than not having anything at all. So.
Yeah. We watched the game on last week. We did just a trial run and try to check it out or whatever, just to make sure. But I hooked up with Dish on Thursday. So man, because I got to have my Dolphin football and I got to have Alabama, of course. to just start the conversation off since it's Free for All Friday, man. Prayers just go out to Tua. I hated to see that last night. With another concussion, man. I just hope things are not as bad as it looks. You know what I mean? I'm hoping he can bounce back and just make a decision about his future.
Well, and I never want to make a decision for somebody, especially at this, but it does concern me. Listen, I mean, I was the president of the Tua Tagovailoa fan club, kind of the first one on the board of saying, man, this guy is very, very talented, but it also is it's hard to watch this, man. I mean, I don't like seeing any player get hurt, but somebody that that you covered, you definitely don't want to see it. I know you're a big Dolphin fan, so it stinks.
It does, man. And then, I was in favor of him getting a big contract because I felt that, last year with staying healthy, he earned that, contract because everybody else was getting their payday. I don't feel like the Dolphins, front office, being a fan for many years, they have always found a way to stink it up around when they're trying to put people around star player. I just don't feel like we put enough time in the offensive line, even though the offensive line wasn't the reason for that injury on last night. But just thinking about, how he has not been able to really show his potential.
I got some bad static. Let me get these 3 picks, DeAndre.
Okay, man. Let's go Bama.
Bama. Pick number 2. Georgia. Pick number 3.
And Texas.
And Texas and total passing yards for Jalen Milroe.
235.
235. DeAndre, it's always good to talk to you, man. I hope all is well. Messages of Tide at 100.9, but let me first tell you about Newk's Eatery, 205 University Boulevard, 205-758-2455, 205 University Boulevard, 205-758-2455. The Newk's Q sandwich, #1 sandwich across the franchise, chicken salad, pimento cheese, the French dip sandwich out. Oh man, it's great. That's one of my favorite sandwiches right there. You know what's better than the club? It's the Double Club. You can find there. You can got salads, California-style pizzas, 12-layer cakes, catering from a group of 5 to 500. 205-758-2455, 205 University Boulevard. New listener writes in on the app, says, hey, Ryan, new listener here. I guess I've only been listening for about 7 months. Thank you. Absolutely love the show, by the way. I guess my question for you is, how does the score prediction thing work? Can you explain me how it works? And if there's a prize package if you win, you could also let me know the games that I need to give you the scores for you so that I can give you my picks. Justin writes in on the app. We do parlay picks on Friday. We run through the SEC. We pick against the spread. We don't pick the winner, and we'll run through those again in the 4 o'clock hour. But we go through the different spreads. You pick 3 games that you think are going to cover, and then we have a tiebreaker just in case we have multiple people. Like this week, we only had one person who predicted that Alabama that picked it all 3, right? That we had. Normally we have 3, 4. Sometimes we have 0. Sometimes we don't have anybody that picks 3-0. You got to go 3-0. And then what happens is we do give you a prize package for this particular week, but then you also get entered into the grand prize package that we'll draw out in 2025, just like we did. Pauline Lincoln was the grand prize winner last year. The year prior, it was Ellis in Manchester, Tennessee. The year prior, I believe it was Karen, and the year prior to that was Dawson. We lost Dawson back in the spring. Still a very faithful part of our program, man. We just loved him as a caller and as always an Alabama optimist. So that's how we do it. Tuesday and Wednesday, we do Southern Owl House Score Prediction Day, where we call in, you call in, we take your scores, and then we award a winner there on the Score Prediction Day. And this past week, it was Bama Kathy. I see her up on the call board. She picked up the Score Prediction package, and we thank her listening to us over in Georgia. So, Justin, I hope that answers your question. Cindy, Round Lake Heights, Illinois. Saban went to Auburn. I wonder what that means. I don't know. Cindy, you might have to call in. Cindy, where you been? You hadn't been calling into our show.
I think she means game day last week. Saban won Auburn with.
Oh yeah, threw out rat poison. Okay, Cindy, we've been missing you calling in because she always brought a lot to the table. So we've been missing you, Cindy. Trying to get back in. I know it's very difficult for the phone lines because they're pretty jammed up. They have been. Let's continue. Let's go to Josh in Georgia. Josh, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well, man.
Everything's great. A big roll tide to my tailgate buddies and a big roll tide to Bubba. Me and him's been texting a little bit throughout the week and getting to know each other. So it's pretty cool to get to meet people from this show, and I've been privileged to meet about 10 or 12 people now. So, and you yourself included. So it's awesome.
Super.
And we're like a big family. So I've been looking at some of these games, and hey, I don't plan on leaving the house tomorrow, dude. I'm still old school. And I've just got an antenna where I get my local channels. So I get CBS, ABC, and Fox. I ain't leaving the house tomorrow, dude. I'm going to try to take care of everything I can take care of tonight. And it's nothing but football all day tomorrow for me. I can't wait.
And you got football this evening, too, man. I mean, you got football. I mean,
I know. I'm not going to catch that game on Fox tonight. I hate it. I wanted to, but I got stuff going on.
Well, that'll give us a practice run for all of us that have new TV subscribers that we need to go find Fox because the game tomorrow will be on Fox. So Arizona, Kansas State, top 20 matchup. Bills.
I wish I could watch that.
Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas.
Man. Anyway, that should be fun. I got some people that I know out there, and they're big K-State fans. So I guess even though we beat them in Bryce Young's last year, I guess I can say go Wildcats for the one night only. But that's all I'll say. They're not one of my picks, though. And I'll go ahead and give you those three and get off of here. I know you try to get as many in as you can. Give me Alabama.
Bama.
I'll take my Tide. I ain't scared. Give me Lane Train and the Ole Miss Rebels going to Wake Forest.
Ole Miss. I kind of like that.
I do, too.
I want to talk to
I get
Lee
to watch
Sterling
that game.
coming up at 4 o'clock. Yeah, that one's...
That CW is another local channel, and I can't wait. Dude, at like 6 and 7:30 tomorrow, in that hour window, I get to watch 4 or 5 games, just flipping between 3 and 4 channels. It's going to be great. Commercial break, flip to another one. Commercial break, flip to another one. I can't wait.
Now, what
exciting.
network, what TV subscriber do you have? Like, where do you get your cable or satellite from?
I don't. I just got an antenna that gives me local channels.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
And I got about 20 local channels.
Okay.
And most of them's out of Chattanooga side of things. So.
Okay.
But anyway, I can't wait.
Pick number 3.
So I got Bama, Ole Miss, and give me Missouri against Boston College.
Okay.
That one interests me. I'm just not going to lie. That one interests me. It's Eli Drinkowitz and what can he do in this year after he's turned it around versus former Bad O'Brien.
All right. Bama, Ole Miss, Mizzou. Jalen Milroe passing numbers.
Let's do 225 if that's not taken.
225. It's yours. Bama, Ole Miss,
right.
Mizzou. Thank you, Josh.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate it. Roll Tide.
Right back to you. Jackson, do I owe you a break right here? I do. Okay, let me come back. I'll take Bama Nick on the other side. Lee Sterling coming up, top of the hour. He's going to give us some thoughts on this upcoming Alabama game. He told us last week. He told us on the air. He did not. Okay, $25. And it's Bama.Nick.55. What was it again? I'm sorry. I'm trying to write
Bama.Nick55 at Gmail.
At Gmail.
Yeah, if anybody wants to send me an email and ask, Bama Nick, who you like this week coming up? I'll be glad to give them a pick.
Okay.
Like Brett Beard and Cicadas and all them other idiots.
Cicadas?
So, whoever it is that comes on your show every week.
Cicadas.
Well, whoever it is.
You talking about
Cicadas,
Tony
Tsoukalas. Tony
Tsoukalas. Tsoukalas.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I can't remember.
Okay.
He ain't been too good on his picks. Now I'm 5-1. I don't know what his record is.
Oh, he's undefeated.
Oh, shit. Come on, Fowler.
Jackson.
Come on, Fowler. Don't get me to saying the bad word now. I know better than that.
He stopped. Almost a dump button.
Even before I got my prize package.
He was close. He was close.
I was close now. I think you do this sometimes just to get me irritated. And try to get me dumped.
I try sometimes, but...
Yeah. Paul from Lincoln. You went 2-1 last week.
He did.
I only write down certain people that I know are pretty good. And I got everybody else's picks. Blueberry Steve, you sucked. Joe, you 2-1. Tommy went 2-1. AC, I hope you do better this week, buddy. And Tony, T-Town Tony, what happened to you? 1-2. And after that, I quit paying attention because I knew I don't want it.
Well, and what would you? I'm making sure somebody sent me something, but it's fake news. So.
Oh well, yeah. What is it?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not even going to read it on the air because it's. I got friends of mine that are a little bit older than I am, and they haven't learned that you can fake these accounts and make them look like something. Yeah, and so it was something about Tua, but you know. That's what I want to talk about too a little bit. What do you think about that injury, Fowler? You think Tua needs to go ahead and retire and call it quits? He's injury prone. He hasn't been hurt more. Well, he's had 3 concussions, and that's probably not the only ones.
Yeah, that's right, because you know he got that Alabama. I mean, when that college game, he got his hip.
Yeah, he had one here too.
Nose busted. In that game, it was against Mississippi State.
Yeah, and I think when you look at him,
he's fragile.
Well, he torques his body so much as a lot of the lower extremity injuries because he's not a tall guy. He has to get his power somewhere.
But his neck just ain't one of them powerful.
Well, I mean, there's nothing you can do to prevent it. I mean, you can. I guess you could lift some of your neck muscles, maybe build those up. But I mean, at the end of the day, that did not even look like that big of a hit, and so that's what's concerning because the more you have them and the brain becomes bruised, you begin to get prone to these things. And
that's right. That's right, Ryan Fowler. You're exactly right. I agree wholeheartedly with you.
I just don't want to see him.
I don't. He just signed that $253 million contract. And
a lot of that's guaranteed. So
93 is guaranteed.
So that means would they have to pay that if he had to retire regardless?
Well, the stipulation is that if the doctor clears him to play and he still retires, he won't get much of that. But if he doesn't clear him and he still retires, then he'll get.
And he's also got workers' compensation too. I mean, so that even though we look at the NFL, the NFL's got workers' compensation. But
I heard today something like he'll still get like $63 million or something if he.
Well, Bama Nick, he's not going to be eating pinto beans and cornbread. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, but that's another thing. AJ needs to give Miami a call. I sent you some teams that could probably use him, and he wouldn't be on no practice squad.
Did you like AJ's call on Wednesday?
Oh, it was a great call. I love that call, Ryan Fowler.
Yeah, he was.
That was a great call. AJ has always been one of my quarterbacks.
Sound like he's got a future for politics. Maybe he could.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, maybe Donald should pick him as a vice president. I mean, it sounds like he's got some fire too.
He does, but I think AJ should give Miami a call and say, look, I'm available. Because that quarterback they got now that's taking over, he ain't that good, fella.
No, he looks like it looks like you and I out there.
Be like me out there trying to throw a damn 5-yard completion.
Yeah.
But anyway, tell AJ, I'll send him a text or something. Give Miami a call. I'm sure they'd be proud to have you.
I'm sure he's probably getting some
phone calls.
Yeah. I would imagine that. He's probably getting some. I would think that he would get some. All right, but hey, but real quick, before we go to Lee Sterling, I want you to address these people who took Auburn last week, Bama Nick. What would you say to these people who took Auburn? And
hairbrains. They all need to eat crow, fella. Have you served it up to any of them yet?
Yeah, but I mean, I was hoping that maybe you could do it, maybe better than I can.
All I can do is tell them, don't ever bet on the cow collars to win nothing.
Robert in Mobile, Cole in Northport. Joe in Dothan.
I got Jack.
Tony. Jared in Houston.
T-Town. I can't understand why you bet the Cow Colors.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah.
That surprised me the most.
Kit Kat down in Mobile.
Kit Kat, well, I don't ever hear her much on the radio anymore. She's
the president of the Tide Twitter Army. She's been a long-time faithful listener to our program.
Every time she calls, she's always wanting to get T-Town's phone number and to meet him. I think she's got the hots for T-Town.
That's not Kit Kat. That's Karen.
Well, both of them. All of them. Cindy, Kit Kat, Karen, they all get on there and, I love Tony. When you got to get to meet him? And I hear all that crap, and I just cut the channel. Okay. They need to come over there and talk about something besides Texas Tony. Me and Tony have enough conversation.
How do they sound on the air, Bebenick?
They all giggly like a high school cheerleader after an athlete.
How do they sound, Bebenick?
You heard me, fella.
That's
sound like a bunch of chimpanzees in a cage ripped for peanuts.
I don't even know what to say. All right, give me 3 picks. Let's go.
All right, I told you when I texted you earlier. I told you these games are going to surprise you.
All you fools out here texting me during the show want me to respond. It's like I'm a little busy. I mean,
no, this was before the show, fella.
Well,
I told you my picks are going to surprise you. It's going to surprise your listeners.
All right, go.
But y'all should have listened to me.
All right, go. We're ready.
All right, Toledo. I want Toledo.
Toledo. Got it. Toledo.
UAB.
And
Georgia State.
Georgia State. You smoking dope?
Nope. Boy, some Miller High. I told you, fella, I'm going to surprise you.
Jalen Milroe, total passing yards. Where do you want to go?
I'm going 205.
205. Well, there's the winner from last week, the SEC parlay pick winner. Bemenick, thanks, man.
And throw my ball in the magic wand at the end of the year.
Okay. Well, we'll do it. I got to run, Bemenick. We got to go.
All right, Ryan Fowler. Great talking.
All right, let's continue with more phone calls right here on the game. Let's go to Bama Kathy. Bama Kathy, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Hey, Ryan. How are you today?
I'm good. Roll Tide to you.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Let me see. My picks will be Boston College.
Boston College. All right.
Kentucky.
Got it.
And Alabama.
Roll Tide. Got it. And we're going Jalen Milroe total passing yards.
210.
210. I got you. Thank you, Bama Kathy.
Oh, thank you.
Roll Tide. Let's go here to AC in Bangladesh. AC, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
I'm good, man. How you feeling? Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you. It's good to have you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for everything you do for the show. Let me give you my picks.
Okay.
I'll take Vanderbilt.
I want to look back at your picks. I want to see how good you really are.
Sure.
LSU, no. Oklahoma, no. Ole Miss, yes. So you went 1-3, and okay.
I plan to go 3-0 this week, so I'm going to take Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Pick number 2.
I'm going to go with the Texas Longhorns.
Texas, got it.
And I hope I send you in the hospital after this. I'm going to go with the Auburn Tigers.
You suck.
I love you too.
You know, you hang out with bugs, you get bugs on you. You know that?
Well, they give me a lot of gifts, so what am I supposed to do, man? You know what they gave me?
What did they give you?
They couldn't give me anything because they couldn't afford it. We got the losers. They couldn't afford it. But, again, I got to play my safe bet. You're hating on them. So I figured let me just annoy you today. But something about the tiebreaker, I got to give you that number.
Yeah, Jalen Milroe passing yards. Where do you want to go?
Well, you know, good old buddy pal, 1 for 205. Some lady came with 210. Let me beat them. Let me go 211. Let me go over and under. Let me beat both of them at the same time.
Okay.
211.
211. I got it, AC. What else on your
All
mind?
right, let me make this comment quickly. I'm going to hang up. I love me some Lee Sterling. Trust me, I have known him for, not personally, but I have known him for 5 years. He's a great guy. He's a very smart dude. I thank you for having him, Mr. Fowler. Thank you so much for taking my call, man.
Thank you, AC. Bangladesh. Let's go to Raleigh, North Carolina. Roll Tide, Raleigh. Roll Tide, Raleigh. Good afternoon. You're in the game.
Roll Tide, Ryan. How are you doing?
Man, I'm good. I just want my team to play a little better tomorrow, and I'll be a little better.
I think we got the offensive line, in place. Hopefully they do play a little more cohesively, and I'm thinking we might see a step up this week.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Like to get a little confidence, and this offensive line, see exactly if they can find their best five. And Caden Proctor, according to Alex Scarborough, and I can confirm it as well. I'm not a big injury guy. That's one of the things I struggle. But I've already talked about Caden Proctor, Alex Scarborough, and Matt Zenitz broke that on CBS. But I can also tell you that Elijah Pritchett will start at right tackle. So you want to take.
Yeah, I heard you say that earlier.
Yeah. But the problem with Elijah is he's not. This is why I'm really nervous about going out on a limb with him. He doesn't like to do things the right way. So attention to detail is something that he lacks. So he could be a guy that could be lined up, and who knows if he stumbles out of the gate, if you know what I mean. And
what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm about to piss these people off. But...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Hey, look, I need to give my pick. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Alabama.
Bama.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
And New Mexico.
New Mexico, and then got it. All right, and then Jalen Milroe passing numbers.
226.
226. All right, thank you, Roll Tide, Raleigh.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Roll Tide.
All right, Roll Tide, Raleigh helping us out there. 205-342-9904. Henry, Texas. Henry, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing today?
I'm good.
Hey, I'm getting ready to eat, so I'm just going to give you my picks real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, I'm going to go with Texas.
Texas? I'm sorry, is that what you said, Texas?
Yeah, Texas.
Okay, and Bama and the over.
And Bama to cover.
And Bama to cover. And we're going Jalen Milroe total passing numbers.
276.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
276.
276. I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you. All right, so we freed up a couple of lines. We moved through those at a pretty rapid pace. We'll come back. We'll take more of your predictions. I want to tell you about Mark's Mark. If you're looking for a great place to dominate the grill today or any day, you can always find some great entrees, whether it's the casseroles, the dips, the pies, the cakes, always some great desserts. But also tomorrow, they're going to be barbecuing, and they're going to get there early just to be ready for the game. So they're going to open up at 9 a.m., Mark's Mark, downtown Northport under that Roll Tide Bridge. They're going to be cooking up some great ribs, Boston butts, cheeseburgers. They're also going to be frying homemade fried pork skins. You'll find those. And it's our good folks at Mark's Mark, downtown Northport, under that Roll Tide Bridge. Go see Jacob and all those guys, Selma, Alabama. You'll find them right there. It is Mark's Mark in downtown Northport under that Roll Tide Bridge. Going to be firing up the big barbecue grill, and man, they've got some great ribs, Boston butts, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, some great entrees as well. So you'll find Mark's Mark. If you want to dominate the grill, you can find that as well. The High Choice, which is the top 10% of choice blueberries on sale for $1.29 a pint. It could have been $25, but $1.29.
$1.27. $1.27, and that's Canadian.
Okay, Canadian. Right. All right. So you said you were going to go back and buy some more, did you?
I did.
Good.
I went back the next day. And the price was $3.27.
Oh.
They hiked the price up $2.
Well, that was Kamala and Biden's inflation.
I don't know. I think it's Kamala and Trudeau. To be honest.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. But anyhow, listen. First of all, I want to say, my picks last week. Okay, it's true I only got one, but I got the Gamecocks. And, for somebody that I hold in such high esteem, like Bama Nick, to say that I suck, I mean, I hope he means that my picks suck and not, me as a human being.
No, he does. He does. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's harmless. He's harmless. But
no. First of all, I love the fact that he's a MAGA man and that he goes out and works to support, especially in Georgia, where the forces of good and freedom need all the help they can get. But that being said, I also really appreciated what he said about Tua. I was devastated, Ryan, to see that. I'm a huge, huge Tua fan. And my goodness, when I saw that yesterday, I said, oh, my gosh. And you know what, Ryan? Honestly, when I saw what happened, it looked like Tua ran into the defensive player. It didn't look like the defensive player was hitting him. And, as much as I'm a huge Tua fan. I can't begin to tell you. He's an awesome human being. He's a man of faith. He's a family man. He's got great values. And he was great for the University of Alabama. He was great. But I hope that he hangs it up because he's got a future. He's got a future in Hawaii or Samoa or wherever he goes. I heard that he wants to set up some churches in I don't remember if it was Hawaii or Samoa, but whatever. He's got plans. He's got a family.
Yeah, because football is just part of the platform. He's always wanted to go back and start churches.
Right.
I'm not going to tell him what he should do, but I'm sure he'll pray and ask for the ultimate guidance.
That's right. I'm sure he will. His faith is very, very strong. It's what really impressed me the most about him. And I just hope and pray that he could be, because when you've had 3 concussions, and as you said, maybe more, right? I don't know who you were speaking to earlier, but you said maybe more. You're probably right.
3 in the NFL that's been confirmed.
Right. And so, I mean, it's a cumulative thing, right? So, anyhow, look, I pray for him. I pray for his family. I pray for his that he chooses the right decision, whatever it might be. And if he does choose to come back, I pray for success. But one of your other callers said, I forget who it was, that we got to get AJ to Miami, and that would be really cool. I love listening to AJ, man. Wow. I mean, he could. You're right. He's got a future in politics. He's an awesome guy. Awesome. Anyhow, you probably have a lot of people holding. They want to get you off the line.
Do. Completely full.
So let me try and do a little better this week.
All right, go.
I don't raise the ire of the number one caller, Dominic. I would like to his when he was trying to explain how those young ladies or those ladies talk on. He's something. Okay.
You get comedy. Comedy's free on this show. So yes.
Yes, it's great. So what's the line, Georgia line? against.
I tell you what, Blueberry Steve, why don't I just do this? Why don't I run back through the lines? It is Bama minus the 16 against Wisconsin. 49.5 is the over-under. That 11 a.m. Fox game tomorrow. LSU, South Carolina. LSU minus the 6.5. Mizzou going to be taking on Boston College in Columbia. Mizzou minus 14.5. Texas A&M travels to Florida. Texas A&M minus the 4. Oklahoma going to be hosting Tulane. Oklahoma minus the 13. Arkansas going to be hosting UAB. Arkansas minus the 23. Ole Miss is going to Wake Forest. They'll go there as a favorite. 20.5 is the spread. Texas going to be hosting University of Texas San Antonio. Texas minus 35. Vanderbilt goes to Georgia State. They'll go there as the favorite. Vanderbilt minus the 10. Georgia goes to Kentucky. They'll go there as the favorite. Georgia minus the 22. Auburn going to be hosting New Mexico. They lost to New Mexico State. It's a different team. New Mexico plus the 27. Cal College minus the 27. Mississippi State against Toledo. Mississippi State minus the 10.5. Kent State, Tennessee. Tennessee minus the 49. Arizona and Kansas State. 2 non-conference games. That game is this evening. It's a top 20 matchup. Kansas State minus the 7. Oregon State, Oregon. Oregon minus the 16. That is the Civil War game in Corvallis over at Oregon State. Pick 3. Let's go.
Alabama.
Bama.
Gamecocks.
South Carolina. Got it. Okay.
And I'm going to go with Kentucky over Georgia.
Okay. And then we go Jalen Milroe total passing yards is our tiebreaker.
218.
218. I got it. Thanks, Blueberry Steve.
Merci. Roll Tide and roll MAGA.
Thank you. Let's go to David. David, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Oh, yeah, bright and sunny now. Give me LSU, Florida, and Texas. And the yards, I guess.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Florida, Texas. Who did I miss?
LSU.
Jalen Milroe passing numbers. Where do you want to go?
I'm going to say about 268.
Okay. Anything else, David?
No, that's it today. I'm going to go in there and try to get well for the early game.
All right. Well, thank you, David.
Appreciate it.
David, over in Ralph, Alabama. We continue right here. We'll take more of your predictions coming up. SEC Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction. I want to remind you about Southern Ale House, 1530 McFarland Boulevard, 1530 McFarland Boulevard. Also, Dockside, which is open throughout the weekend. Your options to go out, you can do either location. And don't forget about the big game. Dockside's got a gigantic television. You've always got some of those great Southern dishes like Get You Started plates like Dixie fries, bacon, cheese fries, hand-battered chicken tenders. Those are just kind of getting you started. We always love the fried pork skins, the buffalo pimento cheese dip. Those are great. Burger sliders, chicken sliders. You got the specialty biscuits as well, like the Bama chicken, the Mimi. You can find those. The great burgers like the Ale House burger, the pickle burger, the yard bird. You can find that at either location. But also Dockside's cooking up some great seafood entrees as well. You got the fish and taters. You got the fried shrimp plate. You've got salmon. You've got ribeye. You've got the barbecue smothered chicken. Eat Southern, be Southern. 2 locations to serve you. You'll find it Northport, 15129 Marina Drive. Instead of playing the Auburn fight song, why don't we just go to the guy who picked the Auburn Tigers last week? Joe in Dothan, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Now, Ryan, what kind of treatment is this? Now, I called earlier in the week and ate my crow.
We only do it for a week, and then we're done.
I mean, this is like the ABC debate moderators. I mean, what's going on?
Well, you're right. Fake news. It's a very one-sided conversation, but that's okay.
Right.
That's okay.
Hey, it's time to redeem myself this week, Brian. I'll be quick. I know a lot of people want to get through.
Okay.
I had picked Bama 34-17, so I'm going to go Bama.
Bama, got it.
I'm going to go Georgia.
Georgia. Pick number 3.
Did you say that Ole Miss line, was like 20 or 20.5?
Yeah, Ole Miss, when you look at these guys, let me go back to the other side of the page. Ole Miss 20.5. 20.5.
I'll take Ole Miss.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Jalen Milroe 235.
235. I got it. Joe, appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Ryan. Roll Tide.
Roll Roll Tide. Let's go. Tell you what, let's break here because I know we're at 50 to plan a get together. We can go to a restaurant. Man, I love to eat, but Jackson's going to make his famous potato salad, and I'm going to bring coleslaw and baked beans. I like the idea, but I don't know. I don't know if I got time to pull it all together. Maybe Quick Dave can do it. Quick Dave, you got time to plan a food gathering for us? Hey, Quick Dave. Quick Dave, going once, going twice. He's gone. We out of here. Let's continue with more phone calls. We'll do that on the other side. T-Town side. 100.9, 1230.
Provide you with the lowest possible price. Come experience the Irvin's Working Western Home Team Service today. Tell them Van the Boot Man sent you. Roll Tide.
Every Friday here on The Game is always powered by Brian Harden Construction, industrial contractors and fabrication, laser cutting, CNC machines, reverse engineering, experience you can count on. Let's build something together. BHardenConst.com, and we're looking for people to become a part of our winning team. Structural welders, pipe fitters, you'll find those at Brian Harden Construction. Let them guide you, and if they're not able to help you, they can guide you
with all of your CPAP needs, including the new Luna Travel CPAP. Call 339-8013 or stop by Mid-South in the Northbrook Plaza on McFarland Boulevard.
Never miss a moment of the action. Download the free Tide 100.9 app today.
Tuscaloosa Tide 100.9 1230 WTBC. Let's continue. We're going to take more phone calls. Let's go here to MacBama in Atlanta. MacBama, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Hey, roll Tide, Ryan. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
I love your Roll Tide, Ryan. I love the way that thing just rolls off.
Well, not as good as Jalen Milroe, man. That's the best Roll Tide out there. Roll Tide.
Got it.
I mean, I like authoritative Roll Tide. Just it's a bust you in the mouth type thing. Like beat you down 35-7 type Roll Tide. That's my Roll Tide. So Roll Tide.
Maybe that's what we're doing Saturday afternoon around 4 o'clock.
But since we called him out and told him he had to improve his Roll Tide, Kalen DeBoer's got this Roll Tide down. And have you noticed, we were the first one that kind of educated him on the Roll Tide. I say the first. We did it on the air. Yep. And we were like, because he was kind of the first time we interviewed him back in February, it was a weak Roll Tide. Now, he gives us Roll Tide after every press availability. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. He's learned it. Roll Tide, Roll Tide, Roll Tide.
Yeah, it sounds like he means it.
It does. No, and I hope we roll tomorrow.
Yep. Hey, so my picks, I'm going to take Bama.
Bama.
I'm going to take the over.
Oh, Bama and the over. Got it.
And then Georgia.
Okay.
I don't know if people are realizing that South Carolina took Kentucky to the house last weekend.
They did. They did.
It's 22.5, right?
It is. Yeah, it's 22. 22.
Yeah,
22. 22.
Yeah, I think Georgia's going to take that.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, listen, man, you have a good weekend.
Hey, whoa. Okay. Jalen Milroe passing numbers.
Oh, sorry. 195.
195. MacBama, thank you so much, man.
All right, brother. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Let's go 205-342-9904. 205-342-9904. Let's go to Quick Dave. Quick Dave, let's try this thing again. Good afternoon. You're in the game.
It's gonna be LSU. It's gonna be Texas A&M, and it's gonna be Missouri. And I'm gonna go 309 passing yards.
All right.
Tide.
Thank you, Quick Dave. Appreciate that. 205-342-9904. 205-342-9904. Let's go to Brandon. Brandon, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, brother, I'm going to make this quick for you, Ryan.
Hey, Brandon, where are you calling us from, man?
I'm a first-time caller.
Okay.
Luverne, Alabama, man.
Luverne, Alabama.
Luverne, Alabama, brother. I'm a first-time caller. I enjoy listening to you, man.
Thank you,
I'm a faithful Paul Feinbaum caller, and I've always wanted to call into your show, brother.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you, man.
We're trying to quit. Paul's one of those Tennessee guys. He's a little bit on the he's a little bit on the left side of the ticket. He probably voted for Kamala or will.
I'm gonna tell you, trying to get into the show just now, it felt like when I first started calling Paul Feinbaum, it took me forever to get into this.
Okay,
but I'm going to tell you, Ryan, they call me the Nick Saban of pressure washing, brother.
They call you the Nick Saban of pressure washing? Okay. All right, talk to me.
That's the Nick Saban of pressure washing, man.
Okay.
I've called in the past few times to Hey Coach, and I'm going to tell you what, it was hard to get into there, too. But, man, I just wanted to say I've called you before and mark that off my bucket list. If that was all right with you,
cool. We don't want you to be a stranger, man. I appreciate you calling in, and
absolutely,
we are. If you're an Alabama fan, this is the place for you. We talk Alabama Crimson Tide football 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, 52 weeks out of the year. We don't hide from our allegiance. We love the Tide, and we're an unbiased member of the media. You know how we're unbiased? We hate them all except Alabama.
Hey, there you go, brother. Well, I'm going to sign off like I do the Paul Feinbaum show, man. This is the Nick Saban of pressure washing. And as Jalen Milroe says,
hey, whoa. Hey, you want
okay. Go ahead.
You want to get 3 picks in here or no?
Let's go ahead with them, man. Let's go.
Go for it.
Alabama.
Bama.
I take Georgia.
Georgia. And pick number 3? You want to take Auburn? You want to take Auburn?
No. I think New Mexico State before I go over.
Okay. Pick number. Right.
Let's do. Can you do LSU?
You sure can. All right.
Do LSU,
and then we'll go Jalen Milroe passing yards as our tiebreaker.
Let's do. I'm gonna go 210.
210. I got it. All right, Brandon. I got it, man. Roll Tide to you.
And I want to do my sign off again. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure. Let it rip.
Let it rip, brother. Nick Saban of pressure washing. Jalen Milroe says, roll Tide.
Roll Tide. All right. Let's go to Ram McCullough. Ram, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Hey, things are going well, Ryan. I'll be quick.
All right.
I want Oregon.
Oregon. Oregon's a good chainsaw blade because I've seen them at Northport Power Equipment. I know I've already done my Northport Power Equipment spot, but
I've got one.
Yeah, Oregon. Because that's who makes the blade. See, I ain't crazy.
Yeah, and I want the Lane Train.
All right, got it. Ole Miss, Oregon,
and I'm gonna take LSU.
LSU, Ole Miss, Oregon, and we'll go Jalen Milroe total passing numbers.
188.
188. LSU, Ole Miss, Oregon, and then 188. I got it, Ram. Thank you, man.
All right, have a good one, Ryan. Thank you again.
Yeah, right back to you. Let's break, and then we'll come back. We're going to wrap up the loose ends. Phone lines completely jammed up. We'll do our best right here on a score prediction day. Not a score prediction day, SEC Parlay Pick Day. Presented by Brian Harden Construction, ASME certification, I-beam installation, fabrication. If you're building for the ground up, let's build something together. Brian says, hey, don't talk about me. Talk about the LPGA qualifier. He's a big part of our community here in Tuscaloosa. It is happening at Old Colony. They're going Jalen Milroe.
230 on the passing yards.
230 yards.
I have 2 quick questions so I can let other people in. Number 1, do you know if Haitians eat elephants?
They can't. Yeah, no.
Okay.
But ABC, according to ABC News, they, but I don't watch ABC. I mean, I didn't even know they still had a news network. Be honest with you.
No, I didn't know either. I thought yeah. But apparently, you can have a news source without anybody watching. So anyway, The number 2 question, Georgia's flying here, right? They're not going to be driving, right?
The
Bulldogs.
I don't know that. I don't know that answer. I'm sorry. I don't.
Okay, we're going to need to go ahead and get them some kind of charter situation. I don't want Georgia players driving.
Yeah, no. I mean, 106 miles per hour. I'd hate to do that down McFarland Boulevard, but another player was arrested today, and it's become just an ongoing problem. But that's what happens when you don't send a message, Kirby.
What is the definition of stupidity again? Somebody that keeps doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. But, Alf, I got you. Let me try squeezing these last 3 phone calls, man. All right.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Thank you. Appreciate even got some folks listening up as they drive to Madison, Wisconsin. You guys don't let that liberal bug get on you up there, because I hear Madison's got a lot of don't want to see any Kamala fans coming back. Those T-shirts. Don't want to see any of those folks.
They're too blue up there.
Yeah, too blue. But pass out a few red stickers if you get a chance. We need to hold on to Wisconsin. Let's go, David in Northport. David, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, this is Eddie from Northport. He got my name wrong a while ago.
Oh, okay, Eddie. All right, Eddie, let it rip. Go.
First time calling, man.
Roll Tide, Eddie. All right.
Hey, I'm gonna make this real quick because I know time's short.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Alabama, Georgia, and LSU.
Jalen Milroe total passing yards. 215. Eddie, thank you so much, man. Roll Tide to you.
Hey, go Trump.
All right. Go Trump. Right. Go Trump. All right. Thank you. Let's go 205-342-9904. Max, Tupelo, Mississippi. Max, good afternoon, sir. You're in the game.
Roll Tide. Roll
Tide. All right. Got to go quick, Max. Roll Tide.
All right. Give me Bama. Give me South Carolina. Give me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. And
272 passing yards.
272. I got it, man. Thank you.
Roll Tide.
Let's go to Winston in Denver, Colorado, as my grandmother used to say. Colorado. Winston, good afternoon, sir. You're in the game.
How we doing? Roll Tide.
Yeah, Roll Tide to you, Winston. Thank you for calling in, man.
Hey, buddy, I know it's late. I don't really care about the picks. You were talking about being at the Dreamland and, when what's-his-name tore the tower down, right?
Yes, yesterday. Yes, we did. Yep.
I want to know, does anybody have the tower?
No, they put it back up.
Oh, they did put it back up.
Yeah, they put it back up. It's still there. I did
not know that.
Nobody touches it. It's got a chain around it, and it's still there. But hey, I gotta run, Winston. I'm so sorry, man.
That's good. That's good info.
All right, thank you. Roll Tide to you. Ellis, Manchester, Tennessee. Ellis, give me 3 picks. Go.
Tennessee, Texas, and Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. And then we're going Jalen Milroe total passing yards.
One more than Tony, 251.
251. Got it. All right, Ellis, Roll Tide to you, man. I'm glad somebody does. Roll Tide. Jackson, we are out of time. I don't think we're going to be able to get any more phone calls here in the show. Give me a score. What do you think? Alabama gets the job done?
I think we do. I think we stick it to them. I would say I'm going 38-20.
All right. 38-17 is where I'm going. 38-17. Caden Proctor will get the start at left tackle. Elijah Pritchett will get the start at right tackle. Man, we've had a great show. We enjoyed hanging out with you. We thank our law enforcement officers, EMTs, firefighters, first responders. We remind you that we call this program The Game, the only way that you win a big game. The game of life is to walk daily with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Good night, T-Town.
Thank you for listening to The Game with